Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Filipinos be wanting to party, but we got to tell them no in my Cat Williams voice. I've always wondered, why relationships take off so fast over here. Women make love to you on the very first night, the very first time you meet them. They're so eager to please us. But I never asked them. I don't believe anyone's ever asked them why. We just play along with the script. We don't want to mess up a wet dream. But later on, I realized, man, there's ulterior motives behind that. And a lot of us pay a high price for that, for partying with Filipinas. We're unsuspecting. We think, oh man, it's my lucky day. Hell, I'm 80 years old. What I'm doing with a 30-year-old woman? I've hit the jackpot, not realizing that we're pigs being led to slaughter. And as more men come forward with their stories, a lot of them are horror stories. And if you can read between the lines, even the good stories, you see that we paid a high price, man. And when Filipinos be wanting to party, we got to tell them no. And I came up with this because, yesterday on my live stream, a gentleman, he just innocently asked, he said, what's the issues that you have to deal with over in the Philippines? He said, is it the Chinese? Is it the food? Is it the insurgents, he said. And I said, no. I said, for most of us, it's the women. That's the hurdle that most of us can't seem to clear over here. This is the one thing that seems to get us, man, to trap us over here. I recently talked to my buddy, Arkeo Young, in IT Park. He's a lively one. He's a guy that from Panama who moved to the Philippines. He said, man, I met this, older woman on Tinder. He said, she's 54, I believe. Man, she hadn't had sex in 10 years and all was so good and all that, right? He said, but when it was over, she started talking about how many police she knew. And she knew police in high places. Insinuating that, hey, if this thing don't go right, if you screw me over, I can call my friends on you. And then the very next sentence was, can you loan me $100? And when he told me that, I said, look, man, when Filipinos want to party, man, you got to tell them no. I said, now she wants to be paid for that, rendezvous. I said, you go ahead and give her that money, man, and then you leave that woman alone, man. This is what happens to a lot of us. We think these women over here are so easy, man. They're not, man. They're very intelligent. They know exactly what they're doing. And this is old news. Nothing that I talk about is earth-shattering. But there's got to be some kind of way that we can say no until the right one comes along. We say, well, how do you even know when the right one comes along? You will know. People always say, man, it looks like you got a good relationship, committed, man. If you only knew the women I've been through over here and all the bullshit I've had to put up with, all the money I've spent, I wish I would have been able to say no. I'm telling you, there's no victims over here. We're all grown people, but in a lot of ways, man, men are being taken advantage of over here. These are men, me included, who know we have no business over here dealing with these young women like that. But we voluntarily sign up for the slaughter. I was watching, and I never watched it before, because I like to watch Rafi Tufo, and I see this Armstrong family on there. And I'm like, wow. Look at all that they're going through. Did this guy realize that when Filipinos want to party, you got to tell them no? I don't think he did. I just think he saw an attractive young woman and Hey, let's party. And look at how the hell they're both catching, really. You know, I tell y'all about the video that Jim made, Jim in the Philippines, Dexel and Jim made. And he tells about all the problems that he's encountered in the 14 short months he was over here. If you read between the lines, it's like, man, you know, he was over here for a woman. You know, when they want to party, man, you got to learn to say no, man. We got to tell them no. But as more and more men come forward with their stories, this is what I've come, this is the conclusion that I've come to. We've got to be slow with getting in relationships with these women. I'm not saying don't do it. Filipino women are good. They're some of the best women I've ever dealt with. They've been good to me, man, but I just think that we jump on the first train smoking. I'm not saying don't fool with these women over here. I would never say that. But I'm saying I think we need to slow down and try to figure out, hey, which one's the right one? Because some guys come over here, man, they think the first woman they meet. I always tell you, it's not going to work. The first one never going to work. You just got to have a little bit more patience. You know, but one part of our thinking we have to fix is, what's the whole point of coming to the Philippines if you don't deal with a woman? We think that that's all that it is over here. That the Philippines is all about the women. Otherwise, what's the point? See, we got to get rid of that sort of thinking, man. You know, when we retire, man, you know, it's all about freedom. It's all about independence and enjoying our lives and everything like that. And I think you can do that without a woman initially. If you get all that taken care of and then let the woman eventually come into your life, I think that's the way to do it. Because I didn't do it like that. Okay, I'm not a victim, but boy, was I easy target. You know, you come over here, man, you meet these women that's so young, they're so attractive, and they're willing to do anything for you, man, and you're just not thinking straight. You just say, yeah, bring it on, baby. Come on, let's party. Give me more of it. And in the end, man, you pay a high price for doing that with that sort of attitude. We don't get to know them. We don't let them earn our trust. We don't ask any questions. We literally don't want to mess up a wet dream. And when we look back at all the carnage and all the wreckage, man, I come to the conclusion, Filipinos be wanting to party, but we got to tell them no. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. Nothing I talk about is new. Nothing I talk about is earth-shattering. It's just common sense, and we seem to throw that out the window when we come over here. Some people think that's the only reason to be in the Philippines. They don't talk about the natural beauty and just, you know, the peace and serenity that, by the way, Philippines doesn't get enough credit for. We think that, oh, there's no reason to even be in the Philippines if you're not dealing with women. Well, with that type of thinking, you're going to lose, man. You know, and I think about the Diddy situation. You know, to some people, it was just too good to be true. Diddy invited me to the party. I'm going. This might be my last time, you know, attending one of these parties. You know, I'm not going to turn Diddy down. I'm not going to say no to Diddy. It's the same mindset we've got over here when it comes to these beautiful young women. We can't tell them no, man, when it comes to that. So it just gives you something to think about, that's all. Before you find yourself in a situation, man, where you lost all your money, you lost all your pride, and you're stuck like Chuck. So if you're in America, in the Philippines, wherever you are, find in your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Stop jumping into these rocket ship relationships over here. Take your time. Cool down a little bit. Don't get led to slaughter, man. Because Most of the time, it's not your lucky day. She's already got plans for you, your money, your pension, the whole 9 yards.